Bosnia-Herzegovina, Europe. It is infamous as the country where World War I began. But the region's history goes back much further than that. In a landscape dominated by the spectacular Dinaric Alps lies the ancient city of Visoko. People have been living in this valley for more than 6,000 years. But here, in 2005, archaeologist Dr. Samir Osmanak claims to make a truly monumental discovery.
I saw this hill with 4 sides, with triangular faces, with the obvious corners, and the same slope from the bottom to the top. Geometrically, this is a pyramid. I immediately knew that this was an artificial structure, covered by soil and vegetation, and not a natural hill.
Believing he has found an ancient pyramid, Samir climbs to the summit and starts surveying the landscape in search of hard evidence to back up his hunch.
So I came to the top and I'm looking in the valley. And then I'm seeing this hill. And even though it's covered by forest, I could identify one triangular face with the plateau on the top. Now, we have another pyramid. Later on, we discovered 3 more. So it seems that we have a monumental landscape here.
Samir believes he's spotted a complex of 5 giant pyramids. If he's right, he's uncovered a series of lost architectural wonders that could rival the most famous ancient pyramids in all of Egypt. Here, some 1,200 miles from Bosnia, the Great Pyramid of Giza was constructed around 2400 BC. For thousands of years, it was the tallest man-made structure on Earth. But at 480 feet tall, Giza is dwarfed by Samir's find, which stands some 700 feet high, almost a third bigger. Could Samir really have discovered one of the biggest pyramid complexes on Earth in Bosnia? Or is it just a series of unusually shaped hills? To find out, he begins to excavate the site.
When we started the excavation, we had to remove 1 meter of soil. And then below, we found this block. It's rectangular in shape. It has flat top, break at 90 degrees, flat side, 6 flat sides. We have a nice 7-ton block here, slipped. Used to be there. It was its original position. And look how this one here comes in the middle of the one to my right. Why? Because of the structural stability. That's exactly how we construct today.
Convinced these huge rectangular blocks are proof that this is a pyramid, Samir names the biggest structure the Pyramid of the Sun, and he labels the other smaller ones the Pyramids of the Moon, Love, Dragon, and Mother Earth. Further digs on the other side of the valley prove to Samir this whole landscape has been constructed.
This is one of the biggest and most impressive sections on the Bosnian Pyramid of the Moon. Beautifully crafted sandstone plates.
Certain he is onto something big, Samir first sends samples of the soil collected from on top of the huge slabs for analysis.
First, we wanted to see the age of the soil. Institute for Pedology, that investigates the origin of soil, came up with a written scientific analysis claiming that the soil on the Sun and the Moon pyramid is between 12 and 15,000 years, meaning the pyramids, the structures, are much older.
But Dr. Henry Chapman, an expert on Stone Age Europe, questions the thoroughness of Samir's test.
When we want a data sample, it's important we understand where that came from. Because soil can move, it can be reworked by vegetation, animals, and so on. The idea of taking what seemed to be a reasonably random sample from the soil above the monument doesn't seem to be a very robust way of dating a site.
Samir insists his samples are valid. If he is right and his discovery is 12,000 years old, it would be an astonishing result. Pyramids have been built by many ancient civilizations, not just the Egyptians, from Tucumay in Peru to the Shaanxi province in China and throughout the Middle East. The oldest pyramid is believed to have been built by the Mesopotamians in 3100 BC. But Samir believes he's unearthed pyramids constructed over 7,000 years earlier. No one has ever found anything this big or as old in Europe before.
12,000 years ago, across the whole of Europe, and including the sort of Bosnian area, people were generally living by hunting and gathering. The evidence we have doesn't suggest any sort of permanent settlement, and certainly no sense of building large, elaborate monuments.
But the archaeological world had been given a shock just a decade earlier with the discovery at Göbekli Tepe in modern Turkey. Excavations in 1996 revealed a huge, intricately carved stone temple that in part dates back 11,500 years. The discovery rewrites our understanding of human history, proving Stone Age hunter-gatherers were capable of creating sophisticated buildings thousands of years earlier than had previously been thought. In light of Göbekli Tepe, for many, the construction of pyramids just 500 years earlier in Bosnia seems plausible, but archaeologists wanted to see the evidence. Digs around the ancient pyramids of Egypt unearth a wealth of artifacts revealing the huge amounts of manpower and organization needed to create such vast structures.
At the height of pyramid building in Egypt, you have pyramids being built over a 20-year period with tens of thousands of people. So you need to house them and organize them. And we have got, right next to the pyramids, pyramid builders' towns.
But when archaeologists look for the same kind of evidence in Bosnia, they are in for a surprise.
When I went out to Visoko, what really struck me was actually the lack of evidence. You'd expect loads and loads of materials being discovered, just the natural waste from people being in an area for a long period of time.
Without excavating any of the surrounding area, the archaeological establishment are quick to label Samir's project a cruel hoax. And some geologists question if he's even found pyramids at all.
When I first went to Bosnia to explore Samir's claims that he'd found some pyramids there, it was pretty clear to me that they were really just a geological phenomenon.
Has Samir simply mistaken a wonder of nature for a lost wonder of the ancient world? Or will fresh digs in Bosnia prove these are genuine pyramids and force us to reevaluate everything we know about these ancient structures?
Everything they've been teaching us about the pyramids is wrong.
In Visoko, Bosnia-Herzegovina, archaeologist Dr. Samir Osmanish claims to have discovered a vast complex of 12,000-year-old pyramids.
So now we have the biggest pyramids on the planet in the heart of Bosnia.
But some geologists dismiss them as naturally occurring geological features. Professor Dougal Jerram suggests Samir's pyramid is in fact a flatiron. Named after the Flatiron Mountains in Colorado, these geological features are created when layers of sedimentary rock are pushed upward by movements in the Earth's crust. Over time, they gradually erode to form distinctive triangular shapes.
Clearly, in the case of Bosnia, people have been misled by these forms as being somewhat man-made, but actually you only have to travel around them to see that they're made up of layers and layers and layers of different geology that just happens to be tilted in a certain orientation. It's as simple as that.
But Samir believes the unique features found at the site make it clear these formations are man-made.
This is a nice section of the pavement of the Moon Pyramid. If it was a geological phenomenon, like some geologists claim, then during the tectonic movement, you would have this line going all the way across. Instead, we can see perfectly cut the sandstone plates, always straight sides and 90 degrees, and different sizes. So they cut them in the quarry, they brought them in here, making a beautiful pavement at 8 degrees. It goes all around the pyramid.
His excavations seem to show the Pyramid of the Moon is made out of clay with a pavement laid on top, unlike the much larger Pyramid of the Sun, which appears to be made from huge stone blocks. If Samir is right and these are real pyramids, then who built these structures and why? The answers might lie in the discovery of a huge network of tunnels and chambers that he believes run into the heart of the pyramids.
As you can see, the wheelbarrows with the sand and fill-in material that we are finding in those tunnels. We've been removing it. We have a network of at least 1,200 meters, and we suspect several more kilometers that we are going to discover.
But some archaeologists question if Samir has found tunnels at all.
There was no difference between the material being dragged out and the actual material forming the walls. So it seemed to me that they were just actually creating the tunnels rather than actually excavating something which had been there before.
Yet Samir is certain the evidence he finds inside what he thinks are tunnels prove they must have been man-made.
When we started the excavation in 2006, we also started finding a number of drywalls like this. They are very compact, no binding material, but somebody did an excellent job in the distant past. Also, we can see the curved ceiling, obviously made by intelligent hands. So somebody made a huge network of tunnels and chambers.
If these are dug by ancient man, what purpose could these tunnels serve? Similar tunnels have been found under the Egyptian pyramids, which experts believe must be connected to their use as tombs.
Ultimately, the purpose of Egyptian pyramids is as a resurrection machine to propel the spirit of the king from the earth into the heavens to join the gods and the stars. We know that most of the pyramids have stone sarcophagi, stone coffins. So in some sense, they were all intended to be tombs.
But even this is in dispute. Although it is widely believed pyramids are tombs, putting a precise figure on the number of bodies actually recovered from them is extremely difficult, as many were emptied by tomb raiders long ago. Although 3,000 ancient mummies are found in Egypt, it's thought only 3 were found inside a pyramid.
Since we started the excavation process here, no bodies, no bones, no human remains. So this is not a burial site.
So if they're not burial sites, why were these pyramids and their tunnels ever constructed in the first place? Could further tests on top of the Bosnian pyramids reveal another purpose?
I found a strange burst of energy and I cannot explain from where it comes.
Bosnia-Herzegovina, archaeologist Samir Osmanish is excavating a labyrinth of tunnels beneath what he believes to be a vast complex of 12,000-year-old pyramids.
After 9 years of work, we have cleaned and secured less than 5% of existing prehistorical tunnel network.
Some archaeologists have dismissed his claims as an elaborate hoax, but deep underground, Samir believes a series of strange artifacts found inside the tunnels could explain why this huge structure was built.
While we were cleaning the tunnels, we found this megalith, 4 tons in weight. It was huge.
Further digs unearth more of these mysterious stones.
We have megalith after megalith after megalith. We believe that as we go deeper, we'll be finding tens, maybe hundreds or more. This is megalith K2, 180 meters from the entrance, 8 tons in weight.
According to Samir, ground-penetrating radar shows this megalith is not solid rock.
Georadar specialists concluded that there are 2 pieces. One is about 30 centimeters thick, and the second one, the cover, starts here, where you can see this line. And exactly in the middle of the megalith, there was quartz crystal.
So what could these megaliths be for? The discovery of more tunnels could hold the answer.
We just discovered a new section in underground labyrinth. It's hundreds of meters away from the entrance, filled with the water. We are discovering more and more open sections filled with water.
Unearthing these flooded sections leads Samir to come up with a radical theory.
So what we have now, 22 meters below us, underground water stream, the water moves, releases negative ions, activates the quartz crystal. The vibration generates electromagnetic fields which can be measured by our scientific instruments. So it seems that these megaliths are actually technology. And the pyramid, it's a huge energy amplifier.
Could this vast subterranean network of tunnels filled with water and megalithic stones really be part of a giant power station? According to physicist Dr. Robert Lomas, there is some scientific evidence to back up Samir's incredible hypothesis. But there are also fundamental problems with it.
I would certainly think that there is an electric field there, because whenever you get fast-flowing water, you always get an electric field. But there is a major problem with this theory, and there's no way of conducting it into the pyramid.
But Samir argues the energy must be carried through the structure by veins of quartz crystal.
Somehow they incorporated quartz crystal in this huge structure, and you can see it everywhere. We know that quartz crystal has the energy properties. It receives, amplifies, distributes the energy.
If Samir is right, transmission of energy through a pyramid would be new to science and revolutionize our understanding of why these structures were built in the first place. Now a team of Serbian scientists, led by physicist Dr. Slobodan Mizdrac, an expert on electromagnetic energy, is here to put Samir's phenomenal claims to the test. He begins by searching the base of the pyramid for any strange electromagnetic signals.
This sensor is designed to capture electromagnetic field. So here in this spot, just nearby the pyramid, I did not find even one anomaly which cannot be explained.
The only readings are normal radio broadcasts, so Dr. Mizdrac hikes up 700 feet to the top of the structure.
There is small anomaly. It's electric component of electromagnetic field, and it is going now higher and higher. Wow, now we have about 2.2 volts per square centimeter. Frequency 26 till 32 kilohertz. And this is anomaly I cannot recognize. I cannot explain from where it comes.
According to Dr. Mizdrac, there is a beam of energy emanating from the top of Samir's pyramid.
On all the hills all over the world there is nothing, but on the pyramid you can measure it.
And there's more. Dr. Mizdrac's equipment has detected another strange aspect to this beam of energy.
If I put this sensor up, the voltage goes up and up. In physics, if you have stronger and stronger field, it means you are near and near to the source. And that's the problem. Also not fully explainable.
Normally, the strength of any transmission would decrease the further it gets away from its source. But Dr. Mizdrac's equipment seems to show the strength of the pyramid's energy beam is increasing the further away it gets from the summit. To try and understand why, Dr. Mizdrac deploys a drone to test the beam's range.
Our helicopter will go to the top of the pyramid to check what kind of electromagnetic field is happening there. And now we are how high? 165 meters. So we will sweep all frequencies to see what will be captured.
It takes 20 minutes to scan for electromagnetic anomalies.
Finally, we have a lot of data to analyze, and it will be really beautiful.
Dr. Mizdrac now has to process the data, but his initial results indicate Samir's pyramid is emitting a strange beam of electromagnetic energy. The big question is, for what purpose?
Theoretically, it could mean that we can establish the energy bridge with some other planet.
And later, in the frozen wastes of Siberia, Russian scientists search for proof of a man-eating lake monster.
If this monster can exist, what else can exist?
In Bosnia-Herzegovina, a newly discovered complex of giant pyramid-like structures claimed to be the biggest and most ancient pyramids on the planet seems to be emitting a strange beam that's confounding scientists.
I really have no words to explain what we found here.
Archaeologist Samir Osmanish believes the source of the beam is connected to megalithic stones discovered in the tunnels beneath the pyramid.
There is a direct connection between energy flows and megaliths. Megaliths receive the energy and slowly release them in surrounding areas.
According to physicist Dr. Slobodan Mizrak, this is not the only ancient pyramid which appears to be generating a mysterious energy beam.
Our team of scientists, we have been on 88 pyramids all around the world. From Sudan, Egypt, Morocco, Iran. Only one of them did not produce that energy what we can find here.
Now Dr. Mizrak has completed his analysis of the test data from the Bosnian pyramids.
The electromagnetic field is the strongest, 18 meters above the current base of the pyramid, and that's the place we think was the pinnacle, was the very top of the original pyramid. We still don't know for what purpose was that electromagnetic field there. We still don't understand fully the mechanism, how pyramid works. What we for sure know is that on more than 90% of pyramids on the world have the same electromagnetic field with the same frequency, about 28 kilohertz, and that's all what we can do. We need a lot of work, a lot of new data, just to understand the principle of that.
While the function of these energy beams remains a mystery, Samir claims to have found fresh evidence sandwiched between the huge blocks he uncovered on the largest pyramid.
We got very interesting finding that will give us a precise date when this construction was built. A fossilized leaf. We did the radiocarbon dating, and the age of the leaf is 29,200 years. So this is not only the oldest pyramid on the planet, but at the same time, the oldest structure built by advanced society on this planet.
Although these results have yet to be independently verified, if Samir is correct, the Bosnian pyramid complex is 5,000 years older than the earliest permanent human settlement ever found, made from mammoth bones at Dolní Věstonice in the Czech Republic. 30,000 years ago, the first recognizable humans still lived side by side with Neanderthals. And Samir speculates that back then, man must have had help to create these huge structures.
The knowledge has been brought to us. By who? Until we get scientific answers, we have to stay open for different options. Some other civilization from out of this planet is one. Or maybe even some other species in some other dimension. All options are open at this moment.
Only further digs in Bosnia and a fresh examination of the world's pyramids will prove if Samir's astonishing theories are right. Until then, no one can be certain if these pyramids are the oldest structures in history, or, as others have said, the greatest hoax of all time.